Good morning, everyone. Santa Aaron coming to you live from right here in the North Pole office in good old Meade County, Kentucky. It's great to be able to get together and spend some time with you again this week. This morning, I walked out on my back porch, and it was absolutely beautiful outside. The sun's out, the sky's blue, we've got birds flying everywhere. Amanda, she keeps a lot of bird feeders and things like that around, so we have a lot of bird activity, and we've got a nest that some robins made on one of my ladders. So I can't really use that, but I do enjoy going out there and checking on the little birds every morning and seeing how they're doing. They're doing fantastic. They're growing and they're getting their feathers now, so pretty soon they'll be flying away, and I'll be able to have my ladder again. But that's okay. I'm glad to see them every morning, and just the cutest little things. But I walked out this morning, and I look around, and it's absolutely beautiful here in Meade County, and it's beautiful here where I live. And I walked out to the office this morning, and I realized that every single day this week, when I walked outside, it was absolutely perfect. It was a beautiful morning. Everything was as it should be, as it normally is. It's just a very, very, very nice place to be. And I, like many of you, have watched a lot of the news this week, and it's been absolutely horrible. Every night that I turn on the news, it looks like a third world country in some parts of our nation. And I really got to thinking, and I don't like to do a whole lot of political comments on things like this. I really don't like to do political comments at all. Politics are what they are. Everybody's got them. I certainly have things that I believe, and so do you. But I don't really like to get into that too much because I like to focus on the things that unite us more than divide us. But um, I really got to thinking this week about how different places are in our country. And again, watching the news, it literally looks like you're looking at pictures of Venezuela or some other third world country that is just being burned to the ground. And I, like everyone else, was absolutely horrified at what happened to the gentleman who lost his life um, due to a very bad police officer. And I know that is what set off this, all the things that we see going on. But I really started thinking and pondering as I was sitting out on the porch this morning how it can be so different, or what the differences are. Why is it that in these major metropolitan areas you have all the civil unrest and the civil discourse and all of these things that are going on and taking place? And yet, when I look out my back door, you wouldn't even think that you were on the same planet. Um, and it really, it's heartbreaking to watch. When I was growing up, I certainly spent a lot of time in the city. I lived in the city for a while, and when I was younger, and you know, just talking about the cities of Louisville and Lexington. Um, I'll talk about Louisville first. That was a city that I used to love. I loved it there. There's so much to do there. It's such a wonderful place to go. They have the art museums, the baseball fields. There's the little Slugger Museum. Kentucky Kingdom was one of our favorites. We bought season passes there for several years, and we would take the kids, and we just had an absolute blast there. Um, and it's really been hard to see that city decline like I've seen just over the course of, say, 20 years. It's to the point now where I'm afraid to even take Amanda and the kids there. In certain parts are okay. I mean, out more south and all that kind of thing. But, Kentucky Kingdom, completely off the table now. We wouldn't even attempt it anymore. Um, and and then Lexington is another city that I grew to love. Um, did a lot of things there. Lexington has a lot to offer, and to see that city decline as well has been heartbreaking. Um, now when we go to the city, we spend most of our time probably going to Owensboro or Bowling Green. And even those cities are in my estimation, kind of in a decline. Um, and that's sad because we live in the greatest country in the world. I mean, I don't think anybody can deny that. Certainly, it's afforded a lot of opportunity for everybody. Everybody that I know has those opportunities. I worked in Radcliffe, part time with an auto parts warehouse, and you want to talk about diversity? We have it there in Radcliffe because it's where Fort Knox is. And I would see people come into the parts store, and it was nothing like what you see on the news. Um, People just being people, just buying parts and talking about cars, and and all of these things really started weighing heavy on my mind this morning because I hate to see what's happening to cities across the country, and certainly our cities here in Kentucky. City centers have always been places to go to see things and to do, some big things, and it's always been that way. And now to see what's happening truly is heartbreaking. I have a lot of dear friends that live in Louisville and Lexington and those cities, and my heart is just broken for them right now. I'm broken for what they're going through, and I'm not talking about the political reasons of why people are doing the things that they're doing. I understand that there are reasons that things happen and all that. I don't get into that. I don't want to. Um, but I'm talking about just at face value of seeing you know all different people, their businesses burned, their homes destroyed. Um, the litter in the streets, and it looks like total anarchy, and it's really difficult to watch. But I wanted to mention all of that because we here in Meade County, Kentucky, and surrounding counties, Breckenridge, Grayson, this is a beautiful place to live, and I began to understand just how truly blessed that we are to live in the places that we do. Our children are not exposed to a lot of the social ills that take place in some of our big cities. And it really made me pause and just really be grateful that we are where we are. But it also made me pause and made me understand that I really need to keep those folks, in my thoughts and prayers that are living through the nightmares that they're going through. And no matter what those nightmares are, I mean, whether it's, the peaceful protesters who, in my estimation, have every right. That's their constitutional right to protest, and they should be allowed to do that. Those people are being overshadowed by, rogue people coming in from, I guess they're coming from other places. I really don't know. But it's just all very, very sad. And it's really, defeating what I believe is a message that needs to be heard um, about things that are going on in our society. Um, it's truly tragic that message is being completely overshadowed and lost. Um, but my main message today was just to let all of my friends know out there that be thankful that we live where we do today. Hug your kids, walk outside, take in some of the air, take in some of the rolling hills that we have. I mean, we don't call it the Green Wave Nation for nothing. There's lots of green wave to see around here, and I would encourage you to get outside and take a look at that. Sometimes it's just a really good idea to turn off that television and kind of escape from the things that are going on. And even that being said, when I say that, I almost I feel terrible for those people that are living through that. And my inclination is to say, here we are. I mean, come join us. You know, if you can make it, come here. It's a good life here. We have great people here. This is a great place to raise your children. Our school system is top notch. Our administrators, the staff, the teachers are fantastic. And it's just a really, really good place to be. So really wanted to just take some time to to encourage you to be grateful about where we live. You know, we've got the waterfront park down there on the Ohio River. They really made that just a wonderful place to go. You can walk and take in some of the scenery, watch the river barges. A lot of history there too. You know, you can. I like to go there and just kind of take my mind back in time to, you know, maybe the Civil War years and, you know, even further back than that, you know, during some of the Revolutionary War years, and just, you know, kind of think about, you know, how things were and you know, how grateful I am that things turned out the way they did because it brought us to where we are today. It's my sincere hope and prayer that we can get things back on track in our country. You know, I know that it's so politically driven anymore, and that truly saddens me. And I understand politics have their place. Everybody has them. And, you know, it's just a big part of our fabric. But I would really want to encourage you to try to get back to thinking about the things that make this country great, and that's the people. Overall, we are a wonderful group of people all across this country. We wouldn't be here today doing the things that we're doing and enjoying the things that we enjoy if we weren't. And that's just the truth. I know that, you know, you see people screaming into the TV about how horrible America is and how this is such a bad place. And, you know, that breaks my heart because, you know, there's people who live in countries and dictatorships who are not free, who would literally be dragged away and God knows what done to them if they were to dare scream into a camera against their leadership or their country. And, you know, it's really sad. I mean, thank God, you know, a lot of people paid a very heavy price so that I wouldn't have to go through that. My children wouldn't have to go through that. And I just really hope that people will come to realize and appreciate just how wonderful a place that we live in. And again, for us here in the country, it's easier. I know that, and I wish I could figure out why that is. That's really what I've been thinking about a lot this week is why is it so different? Why is it that, you know, folks here around Fort Knox, with all the diversity we have and all the different types of people from all over the country, all walks of life coming in, and people live in peace and harmony. And I just don't I can't figure out why. So if you have an idea and you can share that secret with me, please do leave a comment. I'd like to hear it. Why do you think it's so much more peaceful here than it is in some of those major metropolitan areas? I don't know. All I know is that I feel horrible for the people who are living through what they're living through. I feel horrible for the protesters who, you know, whether you agree with the message that they have or not, that's irrelevant. It's their constitutional right to bring that message and to peacefully protest. And the things that they're trying to do have just been completely overrun. You know, we should be, you know, in my estimation, when I turn on the news, I should be hearing things about, you know, change that they want to see and you know, the things that they think are wrong and maybe solutions to how we can correct those. And, you know, it's just completely overshadowed. I try to watch CNN from time to time, and it's become just completely unwatchable. And I turned it on, and there was a reporter, and in the background, buildings are just burning and on fire, and it looks literally like downtown Venezuela. And he's saying into the camera, this was a mostly peaceful protest, while everything is burning up and exploding in the background. And at that point, I just said, that's it. This is just so unwatchable. And it's sad that the people who are being peaceable and do want to get their message heard, they're just being completely overshadowed by all the horrible things that are happening right now. So it's my sincere prayer that those kinds of things can calm down, and those people who do have a message and want to get that message across in the way that they should, or given that platform to do that. In closing, I just want to encourage you today that, you know, get outside. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Unfortunately, I let you down because I didn't check the weather, so I really don't know what's going to happen. But today looks like it's going to be really nice. I know it's Friday and a lot of folks are working. I'm fortunate to be off on Friday. You know, if you can get outside today, get outside, take in some of the sun, turn off the TV for a while, And you know, and if you're in the cities, you know, some of my friends watch these videos and they live, you know, Louisville, Lexington. You know, if you can, just get in a car and take a drive. Head south. Head down here. Come to Meade County. We have a beautiful waterfront. You know, it's just a wonderful place. You know, go eat at Green Valley Restaurant down in Irvington. It's a fantastic restaurant. It's probably our best kept secret. So yeah, if you get a chance, just try to get away. Try to clear your mind. And just take your family, hug your children, and I hope that you can sincerely forget about, you know, the things that are troubling you for a while. You can always contact me. I'm Santa Claus, right? I'll be more than happy to talk to you. You know, that's the fun thing about being Santa is I get messages from children all year long, and you know, they like to say hi, and you know, I'll do video chats from time to time just to say hi and check on them. If any of my friends out there are struggling right now, you're having a hard time, especially if you're in the cities, and you need that, please reach out to me. Let me know. I'll be happy to do anything that I can to try to brighten you or your children's day. Um, just let me know, and I'll make time. So, in closing, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Get out, enjoy yourself. God bless each and every one of you. You know, I don't post a whole lot of things on Facebook. I use Facebook, you know, primarily for business. But I do post things on there from time to time that are of personal nature. And any of you that truly know me, you know that I post on there all the time. And I say it, I love each and every one of you, and I truly do. That's just the heart that the Lord's blessed me with. And I do. I pray for all of you, especially for our dear friends in Louisville and Lexington. Amanda and I, we fervently pray for you. And we hope that things will calm down. And for our dear friends who are trying to have their voices heard over some of the horrible things that are going on, we're praying for you too. And I hope that things will calm down, and that the platform that you wish to stand on and put that message out, I hope that reaches people's ears, because we need to hear it. And I hope that things calm down so that you're allowed to do that, and that the world can turn their attention to you. All right, everybody have a great weekend. Again, my dear friends, we love you guys. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. This is Santa Aaron saying so long. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.